glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident, "I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude, the beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together."
Amazing! Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our third case. Oh, I've immediately forgotten the name. Something about our room, but yes, we're officially in England. We're in London, so hopefully nothing bad happens as we become a lawyer. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm loving this room, by the way. I mean, look at those gears. Is this in like a clock tower? Is this in Big Ben? Imagine the British Supreme Court Lord Chief Justice's office is there atop Big Ben. Could you imagine? What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most eye buildings are constructed from. It's suddenly unfamiliar. But I think there's more than the differences than just the construction materials. Yeah, absolutely. Look at those gears. Is this actually in Big Ben? That would be really funny, actually. Because, I don't know. I feel like for there to be a functional clock tower, the gears and stuff, like, would take up most of the space. I don't know if there's enough room for there to be like an office. What is this place again? This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Naruhodo-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. We had instructions to report here at this time. If circumstances were different, we were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived in Japan. But Kazuma can't. Because he's busy doing other things. Hey, was Spring Heel Jack during the early 1900s, or was it later? Or earlier? Either way, my headcanon now is that Kazuma is busy being Spring Heel Jack. He's pouncing about. He's doing his vigilante thing. I have no idea what Spring Heel Jack did. I actually think he terrorized people. So this is a bad headcanon. This is a bad headcanon. Oh, I just don't want to admit that he's dead. No. So instead, we are here in a different capacity, as envoys, to report news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yeah. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So we'll have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need to You need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Well, it's been a month. Hopefully I studied hard. Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is a Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So, that's the second reason why we're here. To have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It is the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. No pressure. I hope I'm up to scratch. Good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Oh, hello, sir. The color of his outerwear is a bit questionable, but I like the detail of it's not the buttons, the detailing on the front, because it looks like the clock numbers, and he's in a clock tower, I think. Oh. I trust you weren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. How can you keep time that well and still be an hour late? Get out of here. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I'm Male Strongheart. Mile? 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 Male? Mile? Miles? Like Edgeworth? Mile. Sorry, this word. I like this feeling of the word in my mouth, but I can't get it right. Mal. This is Miles Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Ugh. And I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, don't be a mouse. Oh, she read my mind. Oh, alright. It is an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I am Murosky Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. British Empire? No birds in there. Yeah, thanks. I don't think there should be birds in here. I feel like if they get crushed by the gears, it's gonna jam them up, you know? Kind of like a bird in an airplane. Oh, okay. Oh, we just get to. What have we got to present to him? Kazuma. Armband. An armband I inherited from Kazuma. It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. Oh, and you can see the the inspiration that the modern lawyer badges have from this. Oh, what does that say? I wonder. Boy, I wish. Is his name? Oh, he's such a hall monitor. Kazuma was such a hall monitor. He labeled his items of clothing with like his name. That's so adorable. Oh, Kazuma. Let me have a good look at this place first. All right, let's talk to the guy. Let's talk about London. You get to carry a memento of him for the rest of your life. I guess. Also, what you missed. Well, you haven't missed much. Wait, let me just reposition where this should be. There we go. You haven't missed much. We just started. Basically, we have arrived in London. No sound. Oh, are you guys not hearing anything? But you can hear me, right? Hello? Oh, okay, you can hear me. Wait, let me check the... Let me quickly check the... my settings. Is this better? Can you hear the game now? Alright. Sometimes my settings are a bit off. My mistake. Okay. Now we're in full business. We have the impressive background music going and a brief summary coming up. Basically, we have just arrived in Japan, and this would have otherwise been Kazuma's first introduction into his course. But since he's otherwise occupied, we are here as envoys to kind of relay that message. To be like, oh, sorry, our pal Kazuma, he can't make it. He can't make it. So can you make me a lawyer instead? So we can fulfill this this exchange program. just anoint me lawyer. This is the Supreme Judge or something? I'm afraid I've forgotten his title already. But his name is Miles Strongheart. And this is his office. Isn't his office fancy? Okay, so yeah, now we're just starting our conversation about what we're doing here. So, onwards and onwards. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, well, I mean, help. I've been so nervous ever since I got here. I can't remember a single thing about the city. The weather's nice. The weather's nice, and you have lovely people. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Naruhodo? Yep. Oh? We had a wonderful view of some London streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say, I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. Wow. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. You also have a lot of cholera, I think. Yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. And everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we'll be hosting here in London. Great Exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city, like a world fair. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history. We will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Classic French-English fire movie. Gosh! I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's gonna be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Alright, buddy. Even if you do say so yourself. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Strongheart is just like self-pat. Yeah, very self-congratulatory, isn't he? All right, let's talk about the awkward situation about the law student position. I hear there's a vacancy, and what do you know? If you're in need of a student from Japan, I'm a student from Japan, and I bet you're short on students from Japan. Oh, he's the Lord Chief Justice. Lord Chief Justice? I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamboat bound for our shores. Kazuma is just busy. He's not dead. I don't... please. That's amazing! The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thanks. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Well, I honored the appointment. You were an hour or so late, mate. Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. You know, to be polite. They tell me you Japanese are people of protocol and courtesy, and I see it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means a study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madame? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruharu's here. Would like to make a proposal. Thanks for the transition. Let's go. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruharu. This is it! The moment of truth! Time to pitch. Time to shoot my shot! Let's continue the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you'd consider allowing this study tour to go ahead? Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. I'm pointing to myself. Is there something I don't know? Yeah. Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. The thing is... This is not going well. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Naruhodo! I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there's someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's me! It's me! It's me! I can do it! Is that so? Yeah. I promise you, I'm a lawyer. No, Ryosuke, just keep quiet. Shh, shh. I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say? Yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I have a 100% win record in the court of law. I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happened. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was accused, but glossing over the details. Yeah, I have a 100% win rate in court. 100%. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was aboard the SS Buria. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. I'm a quick study to become a qualified lawyer here in Britain. Not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. Well, we better start now. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Cause Mr. Sogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I will do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Pardon? Your opening statement here, Mr. Naruhodo, was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh, thank you. So, you're willing to put those words on trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Oh, okay. But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yeah? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Did Kazuma have plans that he didn't tell me about? 'Cause he did... He was about to tell us something on the ship, you know, right before he spilled... Before he tripped. But like... Was Kazuma a fucking assassin in the Mayo? I mean, he did have a sword! But no, I doubt it! But like... was he in cahoots? Was he in cahoots with this Strongheart guy? Did they have... Like, what am I signing myself up for? Super ironic if he died by tripping like a moron. Oh wait, what did you forget? Nani? What did... Huh? I forgot he got pushed. Well, you know, I feel like between tripping, falling, and dying, and letting a 15-year-old push you and dying, they're roughly equal on the I don't want to say cringe way to die list, but like it's a less than ideal way to die, if there even is such thing as an ideal way to die. Either way, it was horrible, unexpected, and I hope he hadn't like sold his soul or something to this Strongheart dude. Like, I'm wary. I want to say yes, but I'm so wary. I don't trust this guy. I don't trust anyone who puts that much stock into time. Okay. Also, he's dressing like a baby shit green, so like, not a fan. Well, yeah, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? I said what I said about his coat, and I'm right. I'm right. Very well. You have your wish. I give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. A specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail, it's entirely down to you. Really? Alrighty, we got a test. Pop quiz. So what? Actually, it just occurred to me, since this is an AA game, this test it's probably not going to be a pop quiz. It's probably going to be like, hey, here's an unsolvable case. You get to be the court-appointed defense lawyer to this poor person. Have fun. Although I am a bit curious, because Japan has an inquisitorial system, right? But I'm pretty sure Britain has an adversarial system, which means we don't get to be actively involved in the evidence gathering process like Japan would be. So we probably won't be looking for evidence, and I don't know. No. This is English AA. Yeah, I have to remember. This is a fantasy law game. Some crazy shit will happen. All right, but I am curious to see what happens with the what new mechanics there will be. So what form will this test take place exactly? What form will this test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? To uphold law and find the truth? Well, defending people, of course. Yes. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Alright, see, I knew it. We're gonna be a court-appointed defense lawyer to some poor sap. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial that is about to begin later today? Just take off the floaters. Just chuck me right there in the deep end, I guess. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Oh, okay, so he's like two birds with one stone, you know? We're short on people, and this guy just wants to get his feet wet. Let's just chuck him into the churning waters of the ocean. It's fucking swarming with sharks in there. But yeah, this baby will learn how to swim. Today? Straight away? Will that be okay? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you will have passed my— This is a shit test. What if the guy is guilty? Well, I guess he doesn't care. Okay, so I feel like it's been established that this guy doesn't actually care for the truth. He's one of those AA characters, you know? He's like a Manfred character where he's like winning above all else. So he doesn't actually care about the law. Or no, sorry, I don't say the law. I should say the truth. He only cares about the black letter of the law. Again, this is a shit test. If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? A pop quiz? How do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart? I bet it's murder. Yes, good question. Ah, I remember. Stop wasting my time! What is it? Hello? What was that? What is it? It's a murder trial. I fucking knew it. Murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. Why you always lying? Why you lying? That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, If the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Well, it's a murder trial. I don't know what you expected, Ryosuke. Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably, you read that much in your short sea-based introduction to British law? We can't possibly agree to such a test. We'll be toying with the man's life. No, you'd be defending a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? No, he can't? No. There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure you don't lose. Yeah, this guy's sus, man. Like, I knew from the color of his jacket that he was sus, but this is getting more and more sus. I don't like this. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Mr. Naruhodo, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. Yeah, I sure did. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi? I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. Is he asking us to cheat? Brah! He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? Sure. I mean, if you don't defend this guy, apparently he doesn't have a defense lawyer. So, you know, something's better than nothing. I'll do it. Alright then. I have to give you a decision now. My answer is... I can't do it! I can't get the words out! Fucking the game keeps cucking me every single time I want to make a decision. It's like, fuck you. I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired. Do you even have a choice? You just say no and the game ends. I said yes, and it's not even letting me say yes. So what's with that? 15 seconds? Your decision making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. Bitch. So, it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. I said I'll fucking do it. Ryosuke's the one stepping on my balls right now. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. Go. And acquire a ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. I'm gonna bite his hand, I swear to God. I'm gonna go feral. I'm gonna bite. Ryosuke, you're letting people walk all over you again. Did we learn nothing? Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodo, you dumb slut. I'm sorry, Mr. Sato, but what could I do? Say yeah! It's alright, I understand. I mean, now that you said no, this guy doesn't even have a defense. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madame? I think what Mr. Sato means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating him, his one and only chance at a trial, so trivially, would be utterly unforgivable. And I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight and prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. You know, that was a nice speech, but... Oh. Wait! Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. Yeah, I know! I heard you! That's why I was willing to throw down my hat in the ring for this guy. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. Guilty. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. I don't think generally that's how it... I mean, again, this is fantasy British law, so maybe if you have no defense, they're like, well, automatically guilty. Worst sentence. But that's awful. But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Our system is broken. Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope? We can skip this whole charade. Come on, let's go. Let's get in the fucking carriage. So, what do you say now, madame? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. And I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves! Woof! He's gone. The Old Bailey. Oh. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodo, we must leave at once! Alright, let's go. Let's move. Wait, can we quickly check out this cool digs? Yeah, let's check this out. What's with that? Okay. Mr. Sato, can I just ask you something? Careful. From this position, I can perform a Sato takedown in an instant. No. Mr. Naruhodo, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts immediately. If I need to throw you, I will! Okay. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, you had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. Alright, let's go then. Damn it, now I wish I'd check this place out earlier. Alright, let's go. I love how they have a very similar couch in all places. Oh, thank goodness! We're here in time! It's still 15 minutes until the trial begins! Didn't he say it was a 20-minute? We made it in 5 minutes? Holy shit! Did we commit traffic crimes? To get here in time? I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast! I thought my teeth were gonna rattle loose. That reminds me, back in the day, they thought like the absolute speed limit like would be like 60 kilometers per hour. Like any higher, and like people would just like fall apart. And I remember there was even like some hysteria around like women being too fragile and stuff. Like if a woman goes too close to 60 kilometers per hour, like her, I don't know, like her uterus would just like fall out from behind or something like that. It was crazy, considering the speeds we go to today. 60 kilometers an hour was like considered like utmost limit. Oh man, to be a ye old day person. Actually, this isn't even that old. This is like 100 or so years ago. Yeah, technology is crazy, right?
Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver. And there's a guinea in it for you.
Isn't that like $100? Susato? So the driver did get us here in 5 minutes, probably committing traffic crimes. But Susato, do you know how much that is? Susato, sweetheart.
It's one of my favorite lines from the Sherlock Holmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly.
I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege.
Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started.
Yeah, I suppose there's that. And they do say time is money.
Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all.
Is he under something? So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for the defendant to wait in is grand. It looks exactly the same as the place we were in when we were the defendant. Except slightly more British, I guess.
Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding as I remember from the Supreme Court of Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever's about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to get crushed.
Yes. Whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
Top of the morning to ya, madam? Sir? Ah, he said it! Top of the morning to ya! Sir? What you doing following me here? Things off that fair desperate, are they? I apologize for my bad Cockney accent. But I think that's what they're trying to do here. He looks like Willy Wonka. Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, I use. We're from Japan, yeah. Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? What are you selling me? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, none to eat, barely a penny a name. And we're all while in a strange, faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. 'Tis grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Sit nothing now. Is this guy con man? 1,000 guineas? Ease, Mrs. Otto, you don't have to shout. 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? Just nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the entire city of London 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly have such a large sum of money. Oh, he just throws a coin at me. Oh, it hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I am not given to you no strings attached. He's a loan shark. I've been wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, this is a little embarrassing. The trial's about to begin, you see. It's for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. So yeah, he's the defendant, and he's a loan shark or something. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'll be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, well, the thing is, don't worry about a thing. All you gotta do is stand there next to me. Nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is gonna start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. Lord Chief Justice wasn't making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Blustering blazes, do yous not know who I am? Me? One of London's biggest names? Willy Wonka? No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. Suppose it ain't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park in the southern London, there's another beautiful park. Sorry? What? It's called McGill Park, full of blossoming flowers in spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated to the city, so I did. An entire park? In central London? A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. And nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its fair old people. Magnus McGilded. Magnanimous and gilded, because he is big and rich. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. But now there's the galaxy I'm a good-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask ya? Yelling? Okay. Don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodo. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students, on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I saying, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up next to me, haven't I? Well, yeah, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. The Chancellor fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all England? Because he did it. It's the only explanation. Well, what do you think? Should I go along with this crazy logic or call it out? I feel like if I say, no, that's not what I think, he's going to ignore me and talk over me. So I'll play along and see if I can get some more money out of it. I'm not a morally upstanding citizen, no. Yeah, exactly. What now? Well, like you said, if you have all that money, but you don't have anyone to represent you in court, there's no other logical explanation. There's no other logical conclusion than that you're guilty of the charges. Well, call a spade in the East, so do ya? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense. I still can't express myself very well in English, you see. Pull the old, sorry, English isn't my first language card. You're going to get scammed. Hopefully not. But if I am getting scammed, I hope to keep the coin he threw at me at the very least. And I'm never sure what's acceptable to say and what's not, so... Is that so? Because you sound fluent enough when you were telling me about what a blackguard I must have been. I'm terribly sorry.
seems chuffed. Can't say I blame you for thinking that, fella. It's a little strange, to be honest. Why don't you have a lawyer, I mean? That would be the fault of the Reaper. Ne? The Reaper? Wait, when was... This is... early 1900s. Okay, Reaper. Sorry? Did he just say Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baroque Van Zykes? He's the prosecutor. Wait, is he the sexy man? The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zykes... Zeeks? Is it Zeeks? Or Zykes? ZX. Van Zykes. I like the sound of Zykes more because it sounds like yikes, which is what I'm thinking right now. Stands for the prosecution. They call his accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So, it's reached a desperate situation, where there's no one willing to stand on the defense against the fella at all. This sounds like a kind of broken system, I'm not gonna lie. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Baroque von Zykes. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't just the word you're looking for, man. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned, and his counsel? Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. Alright. It's counsel. That's me. Oh, it's time. Well then, fella. Don't let me down. I don't even know anything about the case. Who'd you kill? What? How'd you kill them? Where's the autopsy report? You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here. I'd made up my mind, so I had. Sorry? I decided I'd have to defend myself in there. How would that work? I mean, I'm not scared. You defended yourself, remember? It's very easy. You just stand there and then talk. And, probably lose. Because I think I said this before, I'll say it again. If you're given a court-appointed lawyer, do not say no. Do not say I will defend myself instead, because that is a bad idea. But then you made an appearance. Still in law, wouldn't you know? Just no accident. I can assure y'all that. Tis fate. No, we literally came here to help you, bro. So, don't get cold feet now, please. Alright, Magnus. I literally know nothing about this case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Let's go. Mrs. Naruhodo. The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yeah, something that Kazuma would have never allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. Alright, I'm coming. I'll be right there. What's happening then? My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm gonna manage this. Ah! Oh, it looks like a church. Oh wow. 18th of February, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Oh, is that the jury?
So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court of Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere makes words redundant. Almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh yeah, sure, what? You look a bit crazy there, sir. Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it. What? I got fucking Santa on the fucking Santa Claus and Dracula. This is truly fantasy lore. Oh, the Queen! Victoria's still alive! So this is... exactly 1900? But if it's exactly 1900, then Kazuma was rounding up in the 20th century. Because the century started in 01s and ended in 00s, you know? Because that's how numbers work. Or is this a different thing where this is a different queen? This isn't Queen Victoria, this is somewhere else. Ugh. Okay. I wish they would say which queen, but okay. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilden. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Why does he look like that? The prosecution is fully prepared. He's like, it's not even like his choice of clothing. It's the fact that he's actively like choosing to hold his arm up like that so that his coat can cover him, like half his face. What's with this dude? That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Why is he dressed like that? Counsel for the defense? You appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course, sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready, and I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. The fact that he's wearing like normal clothes almost, well, I guess for the time, like normal clothes underneath his cape is like even funnier. Like why are you gonna do that to yourself? Like what's in the fucking the cape? Dracula? You okay there, buddy? Those eyes. Okay, what voice should I give him? I feel like I should give him like Dracula, like a Dracula voice. Please leave my man alone. Oh yeah, you are a fan of this guy, right? Is it gonna be like with Sherlock, where you're like, oh yeah, this guy, I love this guy, but then like half an hour in, you're like, oh fuck this guy. I'm sorry, I'm bullying this guy, but he invites it. He's inviting the bullying. Look at him. Look at him. Oh god. No, I still love him. Okay. All right. Each to their own. I won't bully you for it, but I sure as hell am gonna bully this guy. Those eyes, please. Those eyes. What? Those eyes please me. See, he has Dracula vibes with like the weird subtle flirting. Those eyes please me, Nipponese. Okay. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, cling to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. How can anyone take this guy seriously? He's fucking weird and super extra, but like in like a not in like a cool way, in like a middle school theater kid trying too hard way. Okay. Oh god, no, a man's in trial for murder here. We have to be serious. We have to be serious. Okay. Ugh. A cold shiver just ran down my spine, all the way to the tips of my toes.
No, Mr. McGilded.
Yes, my lord?
You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You should be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this Florida?
As I've always said, my lord, it's a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fellow's a student from some little island off to the Far East. Again, I don't know why everyone's so like obsessed with the, oh, Japan's just a tiny little island. As if like Great Britain, like England, aren't you an island? Aren't you a tiny little island? Like my geography isn't good, but I'm pretty sure it's also a tiny little island. Like if you're going to be like mean about it, like say other things, you know? Why does this game keep pushing the racist angle? The thing is, I don't think it's unwarranted because it's super accurate to the time period where everyone was closed off, and so, you know, like xenophobic and stuff. Like they haven't been like overtly mean about it, but like the undertones in their language and stuff, it kind of betrays how like closed off everywhere it was and how like how set in their values they were. So yeah, I don't fault the game for it. I don't think it's pushing a racist angle. But to be sure, this is absolutely racist language. This would not fly like today, or even like 50 years later. Oh, actually, I'm being too kind. Yes, 50 years later, but not today. So we've improved as a society. A little bit at least. It is not the British way to ignore the danger of yourself to give to the less fortunate a fair chance. I'd like to think the acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Listen to Mr. McGilded. What a fine gentleman London has in him. Did you hear he donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please let me go play in the Gilded Park. It seems as everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded. That's definitely welcome news. He certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Oh.
Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded. A most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Oh yeah, so they are the jury.
I'm sure I hardly need to remind you. You 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed?
Juror number 1. Yes, my lord. The toss sends rotters to the gallows where they belong. I am more than ready. As a manner, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. Ha! Any criminals here should be wishing they never set eyes on me. Is she a stenographer, or... I guess she was a court stenographer. Why is this guy looking at me? I feel a chill. Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. I don't think you should be doing that in the middle of a trial. Grandma? Grandma, please. A man's life is at stake here. Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, those people are... The jury, yeah. It's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of those 6 jurors. Only in criminal courts, I think. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So, the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? They vote. That I don't know, but I'm sure it'll be clearer as the trial progresses. Yeah.
Prosecutor Van Zix. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom.
Oh. He's coming back from a break? Huh.
I thought you renounced your fame.
I am known as the Reaper of Bailey. Infamy rather than fame, I'd say. How old is he? He doesn't look that old to have retired for many years. 5 years. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. He doesn't look a day over 25.
So, what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstances of which the court should be aware?
Oh, he has a sword too!
I leave that to your imagination, my boy.
So the Reaper's been out of action for 5 years. Maybe he's rusty. Why did he choose today of all days to make a comeback? Don't lose heart, Naruhodo.
As you wish, sir. The court nonetheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. Summary of the case, if you please.
Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this case is of overwhelming simplicity. But we must be the only ones here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days passed. The hour was a minute after 10. The victim was the maker of building bricks, known in the community as thrice-fired Mason. His name's Mason because he was into masonry. Sorry, thrice?
3 times, young man. He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he's fired were said to be almost indestructible.
Ooh. That's... R.I.P. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus at service in the streets of London at the time. A dagger had been thrust into the victim's abdomen. It's believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report's back! Here is the autopsy report from the investigation medical officer at Scotland Yard.
Thank you, counsel. I shall accept this and the photograph as evidence.
Oh, do we get color photographs? I wanna see. Yeah, color photographs.
And one further item of evidence.
Before you continue, I'm gonna give this a quick read. Thrice-fired Mason. Brickmaker, stab, well, journey, trauma, else, and this is just a simple picture of the stab wound. Wow! Oh, he's 32. Well, he aged pretty well. One further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well.
And these are... Good lord! Is that blood, counsel?
Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. McGilda's gloves had blood on them? I mean, he could have been trying to, like, stem the blood flow, you know? I hate to break it to you, but 30-year-olds don't look old. Yeah, but this guy's baby-faced. Like, he could say he's 20, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I believe you. Also, because they're anime. So there's, like, no sign of, like, any sort of aging. Yeah, he looks like a baby. Look at him.
It's a baby. It's a baby. Baby! Look! Look! Look with your eyes. Okay. I'm right. I'm always right. This is a little child, and this guy does not look any older. Look. Look! See, this guy, he looks like an adult, and he's in his 50s. Look with your eyes. Compare the pair. Compare. This is a man in his 30s. And this is a 16-year-old. They look like they could be from, like, the same high school. Okay. Well, that's fair. We're all entitled to our own opinions. But, we all know that I am more correct. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, sorry. To get back to the case. Mr. McGillicuddy's gloves had blood on them? Look.
Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well.
The defendant's leather gloves have been entered into the court record. I mean, blood doesn't necessarily mean guilt, right? He could have been trying to stem the blood flow or something. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2. Let me guess. The victim and the accused. Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGildy. That guy straight up has a knife in court. How did he get that knife? How was it not confiscated?
Well, rather damning circumstances, I have to say at the least. Defendant, what say you?
I didn't do it, sir. Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. McGilded! To be sure, I wrote the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in the carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness. I will succumb to it.
Are you claiming to have been asleep?
Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lilton, so it is. When I opened my eyes again, this was a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I never laid his eyes upon in my life. Now I ask you, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a bleeding fella from his stomach? Yeah, see? See? Kazuma had a damn knife too. Yeah, well, and so does this guy. Dan Zykes also has a sword, like, on his belt. You can see it. But, like, I don't know. I feel like if you're behind a bench, maybe you're allowed to, like, ornamental weaponry. But this guy straight up has, like, a flick blade, like, and he's on, like, the jury, like, panel. And he's, like, playing with it. So, like, I feel like you should put that away. I wasn't about to start worrying about my gloves now, was I? I reached out to get the man a hand. So the blood got into the gloves then, after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, that statement of the driver is only the beginning.
What? That's not all of it?
There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Oh, the stenographer's going crazy. Okay, this bodes ill for us.
Order! Order! Order!
When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage, and there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It is a nail in the coffin for the accused. Alright. Buddy? Look.
Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we'll hear the testimony from these witnesses first of all.
I mean, even if he did do it, I don't think it should be on trial for murder, because it doesn't seem like he had a motive. So manslaughter at best, right?
It's okay. We'll get out of here. we'll figure a way out. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. I like his gloves. They're very pretty. Oh god, that guy is me. Wait, we have all of them at the same time. Witnesses, your names and occupations. Beppo.
My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city.
My first name's Faust. Lady Faust. I make hats for gents.
I was gonna say this guy needs to go to a Miller, but he's the one making the hat. I don't know, man. I think maybe you should consider a different occupation. Was it Lady first? Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were on the omnibus and witnessed the aforementioned incident. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Quite right.
Yes, sir, that's quite right, sir.
I'm gonna forget these voices so quickly.
Very well. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw.
Alright, we're already in cross-examination, and I still barely know what happened. Okay, we're hitting the ground running. No foreplay, we're just straight to it.
It was the last bus in the evening, so I had quite a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. And out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged the knife right into his guts.
That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did, I couldn't help it. Lady first. Like ladies first?
As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped at the bus. And then I saw it too.
Why has he got a whip?
Unambiguous testimony, I must say.
Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Yes, counsel?
Well, this testimony... it makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Why not?
Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? Oh, the whip is for the horses. It's not a bus. It's a carriage bus.
As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes?
Well, in that case, how did you see inside? How could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen inside the moving carriage.
Is this gonna be a British thing?
How quaint.
I read that civilization in Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you are here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses?
Mate, I don't know what a fucking omnibus is. Huh?
Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you ever traveled in an omnibus?
I don't know what an omnibus is.
No? We only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene on the ground, that is.
Is he gonna fucking wheel the thing in here? What do you mean? The actual scene?
A carriage is designed to be moved on the roll. Presumably you understand that much.
Yeah.
The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building.
Wait, so are we gonna be able to, like, investigate, like, during the trial? Here? What? The entire carriage?
Bailiff!
Bring forth the stricken omnibus. They just wheel it in here. Okie dokie. That's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city architecture and sights are to be had from the top of the omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there's a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior and the seats above. Ooh, that is damning, I have to say. Ah, a skylight. Oh shit, a skylight. The penny drops at last, I see. The 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. Ugh. That makes perfect sense.
Well, counsel, this is the first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom.
There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. This is the prosecution's wish. Okie dokie.
Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence.
Ooh, does that mean I can look at it? Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks for chiming in, and I will see you next time. I will have fun with Santa and Dracula. Alright, bye-bye!
The omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence.
Okay, so hopefully we get to, like, look around inside of it. Can do that now? I can't believe it! The entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yeah! Great Britain is simply extraordinary! Alright, time to get my filthy little hands. And we can examine it. Oh yeah, baby. Phoenix Wright Omnibus? Phoenix Wright! Okay, we're not supposed to look at it now. But this is quite extraordinary. Oh, and this is where you sit. You see the butt? I love the detail of like the butt and footprints. Can I open the door? Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? The scene of the murder. It's horrible. Oh, we can go inside! Bloodstain. It's the blood that's soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously. Yeah, that seat would clearly be visible from the roof deck. Yeah, there's something behind. Would you really stab someone in full view of other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark, and there was a lamp in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. But when you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay. Probably isn't any... What is in here? The seat has a handle, it seems. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. This is like a sort of equipment that might be needed to keep the omnibus running. Heating tubes, tools to repair wheels, blankets, and horse shoring tools. It's a storage compartment for the coachman to keep his things, it seems. There doesn't seem to be any space for passengers to stow the luggage, that's for sure. Well, I don't imagine it'd be very convenient for that purpose anyway. Yeah, since you have to sit on it and stuff. Only on that side, not on this side. What's this? Ah, the poster for the Great Exhibition is due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of things, a lot of focus being drawn at the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Oh, the Crystal Tower! It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. I hope you can stay to see it. I think it'll be fun. Hey, what's that? It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large, enough to afford a good view in the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from the inside the cabin at least. What is that?
What is this?
Nope. Okay. Oh, it's a latch from the outside. So I guess we have to look at it from the outside. Should we go back outside then? Anything on the ground? Alright, let's head back out. Have you seen enough? Let's step back outside then. Alright, then I'll see if I can check the top. What is... Oh no, it's just the bench seats. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. So people sit all the way up here in the bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them? And they have to pay money to do so. I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as punishment? Perhaps that is the real price you pay to stay out late. Lights, camera, action. Kinda wish they brought the horses in as well. I think that'll be fun. Okay. Phoenix Wright Omnibus. Oh, what's this? So this is the rooftop deck. Oh, we did this already. Moving on. Is there any sus undercarriage store? Because otherwise, this case looks pretty open shut. Which is not good for me. Not good for me at all. Okay, that's enough for now. Nope. Again, we went to the top. I was hoping we'd get some lore with that. Okay. Let's check this out. Bloodstain. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London. Nothing will come of grumbling now. No. By the way, is Mr. McGilded right-handed? Yes, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Oh, pity. If only he'd been left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. Okay. Wait. Let's go inside again. I want to see the sign. Is the sign actually behind? Yeah, let's open the door. Let's go inside. Let's go inside. Okay. Because I want to see... Yeah, he was sitting there, the notice. This was exactly... The body wasn't moved. Oh, and they had the same notice on the things. Darn it. The body wasn't moved. It's there to bleed out, and they could definitely see it. Well, they could see it definitely if they were sitting in the back of the top roof of the omnibus. Not looking good for us. I couldn't help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination. Seeing as it's here. Oh, already did that. Way ahead of you, buddy.
Well, let's consider the proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel!
Time to press the shit out of everything. Humph. Pray, don't expect this Nippony stray to understand the intricacies of British courts' cross-examination rights. Kazuma's sword. Alright, my first cross-examination in a British court. You can do it!
You can do it. Focus, Runosuke. Focus. I believe in you. You can do it. Oh, I like the stained glass. It's pretty. What the witnesses saw.
It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him was sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accusers reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts.
That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it.
As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too.
What did you see? Press.
Hold it!
What exactly did you see?
Oh, so that would be the passenger, sir? Yes, collapsed on the floor.
He was. And by the passenger, you're obviously referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker.
And then the other passenger that had that knife in his hands, like this.
By the other passenger, obviously you're referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilden.
And they plunged down like this, stabbing the other passenger in the belly.
I feel like he's putting fucking words in the witness's mouth. I should freaking object to that. What? But also, the victim wasn't in the floor. My lord. Oh.
Juror number 3, what's the meaning of this?
My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. They're always up to something or the other they shouldn't be. Every one of them.
Where's the fire?
And that little leprechaun of a man's no exception. Well, you can't fool me. I don't think that's how fire works. What the fuck? Is this throwing fire into the black and white cauldrons determine guilt? It's so crazy. What the hell? You just throw magical fire, just cast fireball? What the fuck? There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. Hey, wait, we barely started. Oh no, everyone's turning on me.
It was precisely what I was about to say.
No, don't take it back. Take it back.
As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example of my fellow jurors.
I don't like you, the fucking asshole. Take that fucking back. How dare you? How dare the magical fire away? Yeah, that's how they vote for guilty, not guilty. Ugh, God. Casting fireball into the cauldrons. This case has barely started. This is my first examination. How dare you? What's happening here? Yeah, everyone's magical. How do they do that with the flying fists? Let me see. Ah, yes. It seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. The jury in this game are very fickle. Do I have to watch out for them? Are they like an unknown enemy I have to keep an eye on? Oh, bro. God. With fire? Apparently, yeah. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, just as we saw a moment ago.
So, if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, what does that mean?
Not good stuff for us. Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh, Sasata. Now I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance.
Can they take it back? Take it back. You'll see how the mechanics works once you play through this first trial. This feels like my last trial, to be honest. 2 of the 6 people have already voted, and I have barely had to say anything yet. Oh, it ain't looking good for me. Can they take it back? Please tell me they can take it back.
Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
This is a nightmare.
Okay, what do we know? Okay. Alright, so when it happened, only 2 people in the enclosed cabin were the victim and the defendant. And, so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed. I don't like to be pessimistic, but we do seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. Thanks, Susato.
What am I supposed to think here?
Is Mr. McGilded really innocent? No, because already we've established that the guy was sitting in the seat, but the carriage guy, the Beppo guy, said that he was on the floor. Additionally, from his angle, I don't think he should have been able to see the crime occur because he was situated at the front. But I'm gonna have to check the testimony again to see if they added that. Or could it be? Before we jump to conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at this moment. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Let's listen to this witness again, a little more carefully this time, and see if they've added anything. Did you just press everything? Alright, let's just press everything and see if we can get any more juice. Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right, sir. Yes, ever so cold it was, sir. Freezing, in fact.
Are you okay? And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct?
Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same part of the bus, of course. No. There were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. You could go right with that, sir. No passengers like that. No, none.
So nobody fled the scene of the crime then?
I have to say, the boss insists on it running. He does every evening. The last bus of the day. Oh, but I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, so sorry to say.
Oh, what do you mean by that? Oh, what do you mean by that?
Well, what's with being so cold and everything? Only making 20 pence on the run, you see.
Oh, poor Matt. Oh, poor lad.
Yes, I spent that much on the way home, just trying to get warm again.
Okay. But he didn't add anything. The victim and the man accused of killing him.
The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other, inside the bus.
Next to each other? Okay, press. And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage?
That's right. You sit on the top deck, and the winner's right there at your feet.
Okay.
There was a lamp on the inside, so I had a pretty good view.
Side by side?
2 of them wearing hats I couldn't exactly make out their faces. It's not a shred of doubt in my mind, it's Mr. McGilded.
Why? How can you be so sure?
Well, how can I put it politely? Mr. McGilded is a gentle of rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else.
Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. But there was a storage container. Do you think anyone could have hid it inside? Ooh. Okay. Here's my theory, my wild speculation. Somebody hid inside the carriage, and then maybe fled later? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. There is no room for doubt here. I really wish there was.
Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife into his guts.
Hold it! Press it again. You actually saw the exact moment it happened?
Didn't I already testify to that?
Yeah.
Or fair dinkum hard-working city blankers not considered trustworthy these days.
I don't think city bankers have ever been considered trustworthy. An interesting theory, we'll see. All I do is wildly speculate. If I speculate enough, eventually I'll get something right. Oh no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I really got his back up. Okay. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in the little more detail. That's... No! No! Don't do it! No! Please! My lord, if you forgive the interruption.
Juror number 2, go on.
No, it's 343. Please. Mr. McGilda is a pillar of society and a gentleman. Wait, no! She's defending me. Good. And a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. However, no, don't do it! Those of us in the service industry know we must accept hard truths. Wait, what are you about to do? Dispose of the rubbish. I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime. Hold it. No, don't do it! I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw only logical conclusion. No, don't do it! No, my hang jury! No! Oh, fuck. It's been 10 minutes! You guys haven't even heard all the evidence yet! You guys are a terrible jury! No! Okay, wait. Does it at least have to be like a unanimous decision? Whereas beyond all reasonable doubt? So everyone has to go one way? Okay, I still have a chance, right? That's 4 out of 6 jury members who've proposed a guilty verdict. There is only 2 left. Oh, we've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. Nonetheless, what we need more than anything at this moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that the more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back. But... Alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. For Kazuma, we can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witness statements again. Okay. Okay, we still have 2. Things can be reversed. Okay. Thank God. Thank you, Poke Dumplings, for my life. I'm having a heart attack here. Okay, things can be reversed, and it does have to be all 6. Okay, good. We need a full board, a full across the decision board. Okay. Okay. So I still have. Wait, how did they get the fire out? Did they just like stick their hands in? Oh, it's magic fire. I shouldn't think too hard on it. Okay. I still have a granny and another guy. Okay. I can keep pressing. I can do it. Okay, that's right. He stabbed him. I screamed I did. Couldn't help it.
Hold it!
He stabbed him, you say. And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little jet sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I've been thinking about the new hat design, you see? So I was just gazing absentmindedly around. But then, I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right from his belly. A huge great knife. Was it a huge great knife? Or are you just, like, embellishing? Oh no, it's pretty big. Okay. It's pretty big.
A grim sight indeed.
That didn't help me at all. Oh, juries! The jury look like they're even more convinced that my client did it than they were before. No. That appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGilded is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions.
Mr. First?
Oh, yes, sir?
Is this the knife?
Oh, more evidence. Perfect.
Is this the knife you saw?
Oh, good grief! Yes, that's it! The very one, sir. Is that... Yes, Counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly, like a stake through the heart. I mean, bad metaphor in my opinion, but okay. And yeah,
That is a blade of considerable size, Counsel.
it's a pretty big knife.
It is. And furthermore,
Oh no. The scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial? Ah! No.
the letter M, which seems oddly familiar.
Please, no.
M, for Magnus?
Objection? Speculation?
M for Magnus, perhaps? Or McGilded, possibly? Take your pick.
You know what? I can speculate too. It's not an M, it's actually a W. You're looking at it from the wrong way.
It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
Oh, slap. But there are M's everywhere. Yeah, hell, even the victim was called Mason. So that could have been it. Like, yes, like a Mason. Yeah, you get me.
Objection!
Oh, that's fancy. That's a fancy objection.
This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned.
Well, you don't know his life. What if that was his family heirloom knife?
No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused.
Speculation again. We don't know that for sure.
Not conclusive, but certainly compelling, Counsel.
Okay, let's get our little grabby hands over it. No, don't speak! Yeah. Ryosuke and I have the same brain cell. Oh god. And I feel his pain right now. I'm equally pained. Please don't speak. I will buy your silence.
Yes, juror number 5. Do I take that you too?
As the master of London Guild of Coachmen. Oh, you're the master. The idea of murder being committed on one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. Yes! It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts. Put that away. But I've heard enough for now. The horse is bolted, as I say. Oh god. Oh my god. Have I played other Ace Attorney games before? Yes, actually, I've played almost all of them. All of the mainstay Ace Attorney games. So all the ones with Phoenix Wright, Apollo Justice. I played all those. I haven't played the spin-off ones, like the Miles one, the Edgeworth one. I haven't played those. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Ace Attorney games. And I was waiting for this particular game to get translated to English for the longest time. So I'm really, really excited to be able to play it now. That being said, my blood pressure is through the roof. Because I have never felt this way in an Ace Attorney game before. I have never felt this backed into a corner. Oh god, put that fire away, please. No, please keep it open-minded. Giddy up now, Silver Blaze. The finish is in sight. Betting on the wrong horse, honey. You're betting on the wrong horse. Oh, Grandma, you're my only hope now. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. The man was at the front, driving the horse. How could he have seen through the skylight? The Beppo is a liar. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind. Also, pay him more if you respect him so much. This is too unkind, sir.
Which now means that 5 jurors agreed to condemn this man.
Oh, Granny. Please.
Madame Juror...
No, don't appeal to her. Keep those filthy words in your mouth.
Madame Juror number 6.
Yes, dear? What can I do for you? You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know.
Then pray tell, why you yet to pronounce your leaning?
Because she's a good granny, and I love her and I trust her, and she is not one to jump to conclusions. The first game is a big setup for the second game, but yes, tensions are high right now. Tensions are so high. Oh god, the second game. How many cases are there? Is it like the usual Ace Attorney games, where it's like 4 big cases and then you're on to the next game? Because if so, I guess this is... Well, this being high tension, being high stakes, does match the feeling I should have for being in the British court system for the very first time. Oh my god, Granny, please.
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting.
Okay.
There's a lovely little park just near where I live. The Gilded Park, it's called.
We have an ally.
The gentleman donated it to the city, you know. Put a smile on Londoner's face, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life.
Oh, Granny, I love you.
He's always doing wonderful things for the city.
That's right. A man like that wouldn't stab someone, surely.
Mother, may we go to the Gilded Public Library after and borrow some more books?
How many Londoners live with their hands in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of man? Magnus Begilded? Really? Oh my god. Okay. Earlier on, I did say he was a con man, and I'm really hoping I was wrong. 5 cases for each of the 2 games in duology, though cases 4 and 5 in the second game are a big one, like in Dual Destinies.
Okay.
I am looking forward to it already. if I survive this case first. I'm really hoping I survive this case. I'm really hoping he's not gonna pull out a Magnus McGilded is a con man. Please don't. I know I said it earlier, but I didn't mean it. I take it back. What kind of man is he? The philanthropist, Magnus McGilded, has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? No, is he gonna be like a war profiteer or something? God. Your client is a Shylock. I don't know what a Shylock is. A Shylock, sir. And one with the very darkest of souls. What?
Stone the crows!
McGilded lends money. He is a loan shark! No! I am cursed with the gift of prophecy. God, no. Yep. Maybe I'm too good at adjusting people. Cause his entire introduction, where he's giving you an extravagant loan, right, for almost nothing, and then he says, "I'm not giving it to you, you know, no strings attached." Like that was warning bells for like loan shark, right? But then oh god, no, Granny's gonna turn against me too. Okay, I should calm down. We should see how this case goes. McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes possessions of everything they own. He's a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madame. So, does this thought not cross your mind? That a man wealthy enough to buy London, in this entirety, not have a carriage of his own? Wait, huh? Where are you going with this, buddy? No, is that how he finds his victims? Oh god. What possible reason could this man have to make use of a public omnibus service?
You're not saying that
The victim, the poor brickmaker, and next to nothing in his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilvin. Oh god. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment day for his debts.
Good gracious!
The brickmaker was destitute, lost his house, not a shilling of which to repay his debts. And, in the end, his pitiful soul had the very last thing he had owned taken from him, his life. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilvin.
Good case, guys. I guess it's time to go back to Japan now. I suppose. Oh no, Susato.
If I might add something briefly,
Miss Susato.
you claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilvin. But where's the evidence to support your claims?
Yeah, that's true. A lot of hearsay here. Show me evidence. Are you allowed to drink in court? Pray, forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in the court of law. Then don't do it! Then don't do it then, buddy!
There it is!
Lord Menzo's hollowed chalice. What? Judge? Sir? Are you simping for this man? How can this be considered acceptable? But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. Could have fooled me. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself.
Okay? As a judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. I mean, what judge doesn't simp for the prosecutor in an AA game? Unfortunately, I think you're very right. I should have seen this coming. I mean, he is very handsome. I have to give him that. But, no. I'm mad at him right now. How dare the judge simp for this man? This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. Okay, this is a good sign. I'm still getting more evidence. You'll find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh,
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence.
thank you, good sir.
And pray, forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. Then don't do it! God, I'm so angry. Wait, it's not here. Okay, maybe later.
A marvelous toast, counsel. I'll gladly accept this new evidence.
Stop simping, dude. Alright, still jump the gun. Alright, here it is. Debtor's ledger has been entered into the court record. A catalog of people who had borrowed money from the defendant at a high rate of interest. Includes the victim, which owed 2 guineas. 20 guineas, my bad. Ah yes, 20.
Yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed us a considerable sum.
And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Granny, my dearest, please.
Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes.
No, Granny, no. Wait. Can I open this? This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of the London's gentry.
Oh dear, do you really think we ought to look?
Yes, Susato, we ought to look inside. Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Sure. Actually, I wonder.
I assure you, we will not find Mr. Schlom's name inside.
Well, let's see what we find. Crack her open, boys.
Yes, let's read this. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Ah, goodness! Wait, is it Sherlock's name? Look at this! Do you see this name here? Bruce Fairplay. Should that mean something? Oh! On the witnesses! Fairplay, yeah! Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment! Oh, yes, of course, the banker! Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment day is fast approaching. Okay, what if the banker framed this guy for murder just so he doesn't have to repay his loan? It's a possibility. This could be very useful information. Let's add that detail in. Is there anything else? Or is that all? Maybe that's all we need. I'll try the other page. Or do we get the same? No, we get the same. Okay. Skip. Back. Okay. Granny, please. Regrettably, ma'am, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
And he's such a pretty little punk too. What a scoundrel.
Oh, Granny, put the fire away. You're knitting. That's a fire hazard.
Still,
Oh, Granny, please.
maybe it's all for the best.
No. Wait a minute. I don't stand for nonsense. Oh, God. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. Did I make a mistake? Should I have not pressed something? Should I have presented something earlier? Oh, God. That was it. The last juror's decision. Can I present something, sir? Judge? Sasato, have you got something for me?
According to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence.
Okay, it makes me feel slightly better that I'm supposed to experience this.
That's what it says here.
The final verdict. It's over then. Oh? Last appeal?
There's a footnote though.
A footnote? Unreliable witness. No, wait. Halt. Hold it.
All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case.
I'm gonna glass you, Van Zykes. I swear to God, I will throw a glass at you. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. I'm gonna make you wish you never came out of retirement. Ugh.
According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections.
I have an objection, sir. Hold it. Rinosuke, come on, buddy. You grew a spine. You grew a spine last time. Let's use that spine now. Miss Susato, tell me one thing.
Oh, yeah?
You in the middle of saying something before? The footnote in your encyclopedia of British law, however, the defense. What did it say next?
Oh yeah, of course. One moment.
Why did you close it? Girl, we have no time.
When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, you could have started with the footnote, sweetheart. However, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. Ooh. Okay. Maybe we don't have impartial jurors. Examination.
Objection!
Oh, so fancy.
A summation examination? From which century is that term you have been resurrected? Judging from the binding. Obviously, the book is at least 50 years old. Oh no, did they update the law? Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. Ah, is it just not practiced, or is it actually written out? Because if it's just not practiced, we can still practice it. I demand one! So you're out of luck. Oh. Oh, real scared. Come on, you can do it. What even is it, Miss Osato? This so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment, and I'll read about it. 3. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails? Typical Nipponese. I'm gonna throw red wine at that nice white cravat you have.
Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we will be able to appeal to the members of the jury. Oh, yes!
To do what exactly?
Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed.
Yes! Make them reverse their decisions.
Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really. So it fell out of use.
Sir, some of these juries made the decision before hearing all the facts. This is absolutely
something with practical benefit. How dare you?
I wonder why.
Because it was devoid of purpose. Sir? Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. But I only need to change one in order to continue the trial, and that is enough. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this day and age.
Still,
We'll do it.
I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked.
What are you suggesting?
I think you know, sir. I'm suggesting that it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, and yet it isn't extinct. Blah blah.
Yeah, you tell him, Susato.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? I like this mechanic. I find it fun.
Hopefully, I will find it fun too. Oh my gosh, I am so stressed. So stressed. Stressed and pressed. Okay, we can do this. Let's do it, Susato. I believe in you. Let's do it. Summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat? Real scared. Do you even have to ask? Yes! The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
Can it? London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. And yet, you have a barely functioning legal system. F you. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standard of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried. Okay. No?
Objection!
But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. Yeah, y'all just jumping to conclusions. Come on, let's go.
The judge's defense is perfectly valid.
Thank you, Judge.
I will proceed with a summation examination.
Thank you, sir. This is madness.
Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready?
Eh?
Well, I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so, all members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached the decision.
Wow, this is very important. I can't believe they thought this was outdated and unnecessary. I mean, gosh. Exactly, on what grounds?
You must justify all your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty.
Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot.
This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before.
I don't really hold with all this justifying lark.
Oh, that seems to have thrown the jurors off. We have a chance.
It seems like none of them have experienced this before.
Alright then. Summation. Examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. Might be the opportunity we've been looking for. To turn this trial around. Fuck.
So be it then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. The court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus McGilton, guilty of this mysterious crime.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, you get to like cross-examine almost the jurors. Oh, this is fun.
There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it had to be him.
I trust the driver. Has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers. The fare's totally 20 pence.
He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen.
You know what's brazen, lad? You bring a knife into court.
I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and draw the logical conclusion.
You can trust the guild. Fairness. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence in years.
Fair fares. Fairly pay your people.
A scoundrel stabbing the poor man
On the floor. Here we go. On the floor.
It beggars belief.
We got him, lads. Finally, I can present that thing about the floor. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now.
Some of the jurors don't seem to have a wonderfully formed arguments though, do they?
Well, let's see what we can do. You get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll throw everything I can at them, and use some very persuasive language.
Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alright.
According to my book, that's...
Oh no. That's not quite how it works. Oh no. I get more insight on the jurors, it's nice. Yeah, it's very nice seeing more characters, you know? Because all the characters in like AA games are like so crazy. They're a delight, honestly. Oh? I thought I was going to have to bore their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant.
Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says.
That is true. People tend to not want to change their minds once they've made their minds up. But then...
They've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. We need evidence. In fact,
it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become.
What on earth am I supposed to do?
Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah, let's not yell at the teenager. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work then?
Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments.
Oh, okay. What do you mean?
Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to represent a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together.
And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Like, turn them against each other?
Yes, exactly!
Okay, so the second juror said she trusts the driver, and the driver was the one who said that he saw the person getting stabbed on the floor, which is what juror 6 said. But we all know and have photographic evidence of the person being stabbed in the seat. So I think we can turn them around.
We must listen very carefully to what each member says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can then contrast the statements and pit the
we actually get to pit them against each other.
and pit the corresponding jurors against one another.
I see. It's gonna be like a free-for-all.
Oh. I see.
I see. It's contradictions. in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to regular cross-examination. Oh, yeah, I suppose you're right. Okay. Find contradictions. Pit the jurors against one another. Break them down. You can do it. You have to do it. Yes, you have to pull this off.
Can we start proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal.
Yes, my lord. Oh, hey! My boy's standing!
Yeah!
You go get him, Brinosuke. Alright. Okay. Should we press all of them first? Or should we start going through? Okay, let's press all of them for more information first.
Hold it!
Suddenly, the testimonies we've heard suggest the victim and Mr. McGilded were alone inside the carriage.
Precisely my point.
But could there have been some other explanation? Something we haven't considered yet? Such as, we'll find out in the future. Perhaps it's something we could all work out together now.
Now listen here, maybe you don't know how things work around here because you're from foreign climes. But we here like to form our opinions as individuals, and I have.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't just randomly press people. Oh dear, he doesn't appear to be in the mood to consider an alternative point of view, does he?
No, we're going to have to pit the jurors against one another. Like Sato-san said. Any contradictions? Okay, let's not needlessly press them. Let's get to the heart of the matter. Trust the driver, excellent memory. 4 passengers, 20 pence. She trusts the driver, but you can trust the guild. Okay, trust the driver and the guild, but you, scoundrel, stabbing the poor man on the floor, it beggars belief. Oh, I can't present this. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's press and see what happens. I really think you should stop waving that needle around.
You heard what the good coachman said before, didn't you?
Yeah.
That hideous man stabbed the poor fellow, just like this.
Yeah, that's what he said. You're right.
Oh. The Gilded Park is such a lovely little place too. I've always enjoyed resting my legs there while I get on with my knitting. And I had thought that anyone who donated such a delightful place must be a fine fellow indeed. I suppose I was wrong. Oh, Granny. Whoever would have done, whoever would have thought he was a miserable, murdering, money-lending with not a scrap of remorse.
Oh, help. She's sure can be that he's guilty now. The young lady certainly seems to know her mind, doesn't she? Okay. So we just need to find 2 jurors with contradicting statements and pit them against another. Okay. Is that perhaps what you were thinking?
Yes.
Well, I took the liberty of doing some research in case you happen to find yourself in just a situation.
Shall I read you what I found? It's a little long, I'm afraid. No, please go ahead.
Very well, listen to this.
Oh, yeah, there's pictures too, how nice.
During the summation examination, you will hear the assertions of 6 members of the jury. In this situation, the counsel for the defense should use X and pit.
Ooh, okay, so I have to directly pit them against one another. I don't use evidence.
Having done so, you'll be able to compare the chosen assertion with those of other jurors.
Oh! 4 passengers, 20 pence. Guild member, we haven't raised fares above 4 pence in years. Ah, okay, I can do maths. Okay,
select the corresponding buttons to listen to other jurors' assertions. Note that you cannot choose an assertion of the juror you initially selected, nor can you choose assertions of jurors who have changed their leaning to not guilty already.
Okay, I got it.
Yes, I can do basic addition and subtraction and multiplication too. I'm big braining it now. Work out which two contradict each other, and then pit them with X to tear them apart. Thank you, Sasato. That was really, really helpful. And it wasn't that long either. First step is to listen carefully to what each individual juror has to say. Then I'm sure you start to see which ones might not quite agree with one another. Alright, we got this, we got this. We got a leg to stand on. Let's get this right, so I never have to listen to that long and boring explanation again.
That's the spirit.
Okay. No one else? Here we go. I trust the driver. Excellent memory. 20 pence. Hit. Oh, do we get to see the thing first, or? Oh, you trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence in years. Yes.
Objection.
I think that's it. 4 times 4 is 16, right? I love Sasato, clearly the only brains of the defense. She really is the like Maya of the game, where like she's the one like making all the like the like revelations basically, and then Phoenix just kind of like rides on her coattails. A classic dynamic. Okay, I hope I didn't F this up. Because I did not do maths, I did not do well in maths in school at all. So, starting off with maths might be my demise. These two statements clearly contradict one another.
They do? Explain yourself, counsel.
Me? Oh dear, what have I said?
Mr. Rollins, Silver Blaze's maiden name.
I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. Oh, he gets to pace! Oh, I love that! Oh, real scared walk, yes! According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, took 20 pence in fares. Quite right, I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That's it. A fair and a convenient single price. Just the way London's carriage should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all. Like quite literally, does not add up. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts.
Why, man, why?
4 passengers, paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication, it would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. An entire person. Or precisely, one person's fare.
Oh, one person's fare?
Yes! In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we haven't heard about.
Good gracious. This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men. One and all, trustworthiness is our watchword.
The figures your coachman claims certainly do not add up. The watchword absurd is a fallacy.
I beg your pardon? Oh, it is immediately a battle royale between them, huh? Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news would surely spread all over London about your coachman that cannot be trusted. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus.
Oh. Alright then! How do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end,
Press B. Well, according to my book here,
You simply launch... You simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side of the scales? Oh my god, I've heard of fighting fire with fire, but not quite this literally.
Now hold your horses there, coachman! We're all in agreement! Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you! Beppo!
No, leave him alone.
Oh, the back of their chairs slide to the color. Oh, I love that.
It's very irritating.
Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we're back in it.
For the love of Mike! Not you as well.
A penny can be a difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards on financial matters.
Oh, really?
I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Sasato. Thank you so much. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it. The jury the jury are all arsonists in this game. They're arsonists and magicians casting fireball into giant balls of fire. It's pretty crazy. Honestly, how did they slam their fist and the fire goes exactly where they want it? Ah, magic, I tell you. If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. Oh, so it's I have to be a majority. Okay, we're not out of the dark yet. Gotta keep going. 2 more. Actually, there is something else that's bothering me about this couple of assertions. Is something bothering you there, Rinosuke? That's news to me. Wait, is it the floor thing? And then that's where you must strike next. So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's a contradiction in their assertions. Exactly! You can do it! Thank you, Sasato. You are a light in the dark.
Well, the scales of justice have shifted, and they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with this admission examination.
Thank you, sir. Alright. I'm changing my lean to innocent. I should like to hear what the Schnipshop bookkeeper has to say for himself. He stuck the trap next to him, just like this. Oh! He stuck the trap next to him. Versus... the scoundrel stabbing the poor man on the floor. There we go. Okay, I think this would work. Sorry, what did you say though? The trial has to continue so I can get to the bottom of this corruption. Not guilty, I say. Leave Beppo alone. He's cold and old. Okay, pit. Stabbing the poor man on the floor versus stuck the trap next to him. Alright. I think this is it. No one else. This is not those 2. Okay.
Objection!
Let's give it a go. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory. Are they?
Explain, counsel. Post haste!
Oh, dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half.
For your other half? Wasn't it your grandson before?
What's all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you?
We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3?
What? Can't you see I'm busy here?
Don't play with knives. How would you say the defendant didn't stab the victim? What sort of motion was it?
Ha! Wanna test me, do ya?
Ugh, don't do that.
It was like this!
Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim banker said. Ah, yes, we got him.
Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony, quite true.
Now then, juror number 6.
Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam?
Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this! He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so.
Now, don't move. Take a look at those 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Versus, he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor.
Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions.
What?
I've lost my stitches. What a muddle.
What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Ooh. But why? Why the dickens would they lie? Not that you're lying, it's that you just don't know the truth. I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that the trial ends at this point. We may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience?
Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Come on, number 3. The scales. I don't believe it. We're even. We're hung. Who's holding it? Wait! Now hear this, my fellow Jews. I warn you. You cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. This is the guy who can launch fireballs with his fist? Alright. If I could use magic, do you really think I've been putting myself through all this? Answer me this, Doc Jinx. Yeah, sure, what do you want? What exactly is the problem? What if 2 of the witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? A man's life is literally on the line, my dude. What of it? Let's see. The Sherlock did stab the victim while he sat next to him on the omnibus. And this young Danny saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and the Sherlock stabbed him again. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that,
What are you calling a Danny, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. Who are you calling? Old? Why, I should take this needle to you.
Oh, they're fighting. The girls are fighting. Ugh, they're ready to kill each other now. So I did my job. But could the foreman of the jury be right? No, I have evidence. He died. Wait. Cause of death, single stab wound to the abdomen. Haha. No. Real scared, don't doubt yourself. Out of the question. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you Doc Jinx? Come on, out with it! What you're suggesting is impossible. Out of the question. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. Very poorly, I might add. The foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. The right direction, not your direction. So where's your evidence, man? Oh, you want to see evidence now, do you? I have evidence right here. You say 2 witnesses saw 2 different moments of the same crime. If you say it's out of the question, show me some proof! Oh, got him now, I'm all scared. Got him! Come on. Present! Present! As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that 2 witnesses saw the 2 different moments of the same crime, as proven by ye old classic autopsy.
Take that!
Single stab wound. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely 1 time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen that happen 2 different times. Alright. Hey? Where'd the knife go? I can see defeat! Oh, that brings me so much joy. This sparks joy. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning towards not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo! We've won! Well, jumping the gun there, honey, but yeah, we won the battle. Not the war, but the battle. What are you playing at, you daddy fool? Shut your trap, sir! No one deceives me! We had a consensus.
I said shut your trap! I know a liar when I see one. And if that chap ever dares cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor sharp blade and oh, he's a barber. That's why he has a... that looks like a switchblade though, not a razor. I'll take this razor sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Please tell me he's a barber.
Yeah, same, Ryosuke. I really hope he's a barber.
Well, it's quite a remarkable turn of events. The defense summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand of 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue.
Hey!
I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witness to return to their places. I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth.
That we will, sir. That we will. Oh, God.
So, Long Van Zykes, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please.
Don't fill your chalice. How dare you? Put that wine away. Actually, no. It would be pretty funny if he got sloshed. Oh, he's not gonna drink it. Decorative then. Hey! You... Sir! Sir, you have white gloves! My god. Oh, is it leather gloves? He does have very nice gloves. Like, wait, there's glass everywhere! Sir? Having savored this rich aroma of the carbon contents of this hollow chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray, forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Van Zykes?
Is it cold in here, or is it just me? As your antiquated term no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during the examination. Oh, that's why he was being so polite. I thought he was being polite. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Just insult them. That'll help them turn to you. Oh, apparently it worked. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oh! He took the cape off! Bring forth the witnesses once more. Oh, I do like... See? When he first came up, I was like, why the hell is he this Dracula-ass looking? He looks so much better without his cape. Oh wait, no, is this like the gloves are off? The cape is off. The gloves are off. Oh. Oh, is this a to be continued? Oh no, good, good. I'm not ready to finish yet. I want to keep fighting. Witnesses? I trust you heard the summation examination we have had to endure. Oh yes, sir. That I did, sir. Rock ain't the friendliest guy, but he's actually a competent prosecutor. So more than what we can say for all the pains out there. Wait, no. If he's competent, that means it's gonna be hard to win. It's okay. No, I believe in our defendant. And also because this is an Ace Attorney game, where almost no one is ever guilty. Oh, except for that one guy, who we accidentally got off a murder charge. And then, because of double jeopardy, we got a murderer off a murder charge. But apart from that, usually all the clients are not guilty.
Oh, of course I heard it.
Oh, yep, sir, I heard it.
You sir, on the end, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo.
Yes,
My lord, sir. If it transpires that in your previous testimony, you are attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger in your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury, and you are advised to bear that in mind, sir.
Oh, mio Dio. Oh, poor Beppo.
Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination.
Ho, 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 ho. Here he goes. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear it, but
Because one was hidden. Was perhaps one hidden away?
Well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
Wait, is this not a case of a missing person as much as it's a case of freaking extortion?
Ah, no.
Was he skimming people, like skimming money? Oh man.
Well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
If it wasn't the fare he did, I saw that blood curdling sight as well. It's all too much.
I tell you, I saw McGill stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands.
Oh yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so. Yes. Oh, that was all over the place.
Counsel, make sense of this for me, please.
The phantom 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cousinage.
Ayah.
Beppo, explain yourself! I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board, you know that. Am I to understand? They've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? Oh, he's been scalping. Oh, poor guy. It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty.
Oh, do they not get salaried?
No, I feel bad for him. We need workers' rights, early 20th century.
You have been dishonest, coachman.
Oh, I am sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo! A disgrace! Your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild.
If I may, sir. I had to pay 10 pence in the bus just last week.
What? He's just making shit up now.
4 passengers at 5 pence each is...
Yeah, 20 pence. Oh, Beppo just won. I know, right? Can you imagine having to, like, in the headwind of, like, the freezing cold? Oh, gosh. We should cut him some slack. But at the same time, our argument just got kind of cut out from underneath us. This is not looking good.
I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. It's, sweetheart, it's because you were right the first time.
No, that figures.
Well, it would appear that none of the aforementioned misgivings has... one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please.
Okay. We've had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games.
I will keep fighting until we get to the truth, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can dig out now. Okay. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear, but okay.
Well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
He fiddles on the ferry, dude. And then I saw the blood clotting sight as well. It's all too much.
I tell you, I saw the McGill stabbing that man. Okay. Let's press this. So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGilligan, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him.
That's what I said, isn't it?
It's bothered me before. This was. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question.
Anyway, there was only 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there?
Ooh, maybe if I press the other guy, he'll have a reaction. There's been much talk of a 5th passenger, but as of yet, 0 evidence.
Then what are we wasting all this time for? It's black and white. The man's guilty.
Not so fast. Something about Mr. Fairpay's testimony just jars with me. I wish I could work out what it was. Me too, bro. Me too. He stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. Okay, let's go back to first. And see if he reveals... Oh, wrong button.
Hold it!
Hold it. This blood-curdling sight. You mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir. Okay.
A loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror of the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken.
Jeez, Judge, you've seen some shit, huh? Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed.
Good gracious, really?
Ha ha ha. We have a crack, maybe. We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. Has he? So, Mr. First didn't actually see the point where the victim was killed. I heard the banker gent next to me take a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw that horrible blade poking out from his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see the knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating.
Then juror number, what, 3 must be tormenting this poor guy.
Okay. Wait, did I press him already? I tell you, I saw Miss Guild stabbing that man. Everything I said before still stands. Do I have to present something? Wait, let me checky. Can I examine this? Show me the knife. What is the sheath, isn't it? Can we open it? Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I just don't really like blades. Oh, those don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung around his waist. That katana represents Kazuma. Come on. Yeah! That's not a blade, that's Kazuma's soul! Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. Blood, yeah. Alright. Blood.
Dude, juror number 3 creepily licking his knife. I was supposed to be losing his mind. Yes, oh god. Yeah, I have to admit, when he was doing that animation, I was pointedly looking away. I was pretending I did not see. Because that was too detailed. That was too graphic.
Ugh, that looks a lot like blood. Sweetheart, it is blood.
It surely is blood, the victim's.
Ugh.
An Englishman's blood looks a lot like Japanese man's blood.
Blood is blood.
Did you think it wouldn't?
Sorry, it's just, we've only just arrived here in Great Britain. Literally fresh off the boat. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust.
Yeah, I do understand. Okay, oh, here's the M. The foretold M. An or W. An ornate letter M. Undeniably Mr. Magnus McGill's initial. It's beautifully gilded too. It must be very valuable, I should think. What is it? Look at this M.
If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W! This will change everything! Yay! That's what I said.
A W?
Yeah, this is one of those, turnaround cases. I'm sure of it.
I'm afraid I don't know at all. But what I'm sure of is this is an M.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh! Ryosuke and I just got shot down so quickly. But that's okay.
Okay, now I'm a bit confused. Okay. I think so.
Hold it!
So what do you mean by I think so?
You actually embody. Yeah. Ryosuke and I both have that dumb energy. Dumb shout anything you think energy. Oh man.
Earlier you testified that you saw the moment the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Well, Yes, that's right. He said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. I suppose I might have, made it up. Put the cart before the horse, maybe.
What? What's this?
Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard the scream from the seats on the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. When I turned around, I saw it through the skylight. Can you see it through the skylight? The gentleman was on the floor, and the knife was sticking out of his midriff. That's right, yes. And the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all. I really thought I did, but when I go over in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of the stab.
Ha ha ha. You didn't see the precise moment of the stabbing either, now did you?
Pursue.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay?
Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? It? Oh, it?
Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. We got him. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly, which is my weakness. Could he have happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? Not a chance. Some days are like that. Not a chance! Well, it's a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on top of the unbus, that is. Peeping? A respectable city banker? I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember as clear as Ballarat Day.
Ballarat Day?
It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you.
Okay, please do tell me. Add it to the testimony, sir.
Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot on the column, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about exactly what you saw. Oh, I can do that, alright? I'll tell you just how grim it was.
Let me pick apart the details of your little lies.
You think I forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after that butcher stabbed the man?
Blood-soaked hands, you say? Oh no! What if I were to present for you some gloves?
Wait, maybe I should press it just in case.
Hold it!
When you say hands, you mean like hands, right? Not gloved hands. Blood-soaked? Well, perhaps soaked is
Laying a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it.
Can I present this now? Nope, okay, I'll present it later. And you saw that from the roof? Through the skylight?
Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had plenty of good view. And there was a lamp on the inside of the carriage as well. I'm quite sure of what I saw.
This banker's latest statement is sus. I feel sure there's something not quite right about it.
Inosuke, come on. When you feel like something doesn't add up, Mr. Naruhodo, present evidence. That's why you should have a good look at the court record. That I will, honey. That I will.
Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow, we managed to keep our chances alive here. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light.
If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as it did before.
Ooh, can you get punished from pressing too much? Maybe, but we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information. Yes, my boy is right. We gotta press on, if you will. Yes, you're so right.
I need to pay careful attention here.
Alright, I think I got it. I got the pursuit, I got the reaction. Yeah. I think I just need to present the gloves, I think. Alright, let's skip to the end. Stabbing? No, not that one. The last. Here it is. Okay, present. Let's go. There's a blood stain in the right glove. Okay, let's go.
Objection!
Blood-soaked hands.
Well, I admit soap might be laying a little thick, but
anyway, it was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Got him. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay. That's more than a little peculiar.
what?
Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question.
Oh, yes, right.
And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark colored stain here. But, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove.
Is he biting down?
In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent.
But, no, you can't be right.
So you're the liar here then.
Oh wow, they're ready to tear him apart. That's right, you're quite clear about it. You said it was both his hands. Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Objection!
Oh, so fancy. It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one. But the fact remains. Oh, he's so fancy. He became a beaver.
Yeah, putting a wooden can in his mouth and chowing down.
Oh my gosh. The victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection!
I absolutely love all the animations they give for, like, people when they're pressed. Like, the guy licking the blade and this guy, like, absolutely going ham on his cane. Like, the attention to detail, it's like a step up from the previous Ace Attorney games, and I really, really like it. No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands. Which means there's a strong possibility this witness is deliberately trying to mislead the court.
Why? I'm a city bank, of pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman. I shouldn't cut a snipe. Upstanding members of society don't provocate.
Claiming to have no reason to lie. Oh, and then we have the folder, the portfolio. Yeah, this game has like amazing animations. And also it looks so pretty now that it's been updated for the Switch. Is that really the case? Mr. Naruhodo, if we have some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide of this trial completely. Yes, yes, yes!
Folio.
I have evidence. My lord,
Yes, counsel.
the defense is ready to present evidence.
By Jove, are you sure?
How? Honey, I'm absolutely sure. Yes, evidence that would clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had a reason to lie in his testimony.
You wanted to get off your loan, huh? No sirree, no chance here.
Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present this evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception to the court.
Debtor's ledger.
Take that!
This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused's extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay.
What? Mr. Fairplay, I ain't currently indebted financially to the accused? No! Well, it's barely worth being caught at debt.
According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas? Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say?
Well, what of it?
Well,
well, Mr. Point Finger. Let's suppose Mr. McGill were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? Would it be forgiven?
These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, for the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him will be annulled. They will cease to exist.
Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you in fact never saw? In a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant.
Order, order, order. Mr. Bruce Fairplay? Yes, my lord? Let me ask you again. And be aware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir.
Perjury charges.
Did you, or did you not, see the precise moment and time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim?
Oh, we can even hear his teeth clacking against the top. Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. All right.
Now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth in a pinch.
A pinch?
But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGilda's hands. Both of them.
Objection!
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which you have here as evidence, is stained.
So you keep saying.
First, do you have something to say? I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. Frost.
Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself, as it happened. The murder? The blood, sir. On the assailant's hands. I think. Yeah. I'm almost sure that was both his hands, not just one. What? Ooh. No. No, scared. This is good. This means that there might be a third party, or in this case, like a fifth party?
It would appear we're going to need further testimony from all your witnesses. This time, I'd like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear?
Yes! It's hard to speak around a can in your mouth. Mr. Naruhodo, this is good news! The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Yeah, we did it. Oh, half of it. Most of it. We might finally have a chance to turn things around here. Okay. Let's get to the bottom of this. What the witnesses really saw.
There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that.
However,
I suppose you might say I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters.
it does, sweetheart. I remember seeing a knife, and I remember seeing both the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see everything myself, no. Not until I heard that scream.
Anyway, the fact remains.
It can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or else we would have seen.
Well, lo and behold. In truth and fact, not one of you witnessed the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside the carriage. The man's hands were covered in blood. Much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it.
Not quite. That's really not what a testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible in the seat, corroborating the witness accounts.
In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case.
Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel.
Yes, my lord.
Okay.
I think we need to pivot this to the omnibus. And that. Wait, let me go through the evidence again. Because I haven't got much in the way of evidence. I've used this, and this, and this. These two are unused as of yet. Which means I think this is going to come into play. Can we head in? Yep. Head on in. The problem is the wild speculation I had earlier about this being a possible hiding place. Like, it's not that big. I don't think a person can fit in here. And it has stuff in it, so which makes it even less space. So like, unless the perpetrator was like a child, I doubt they could hide in there. At the same time, I haven't really got anything else to go for. Like, I've checked all this already, haven't I? Yeah, check the bloodstain already. The victim was definitely sitting in the right place. And they can see from the door, not the door, the skylight. Let's go outside again. Or go underneath. Let's see if we miss anything. Oh, I can't go under. Going under. Can't go under. And there isn't a door on the other side. Oh, there's nothing there. My bad. Okie dokie. Phoenix right omnibus. Oh, Phoenix. Oh, sweetheart. And all this has the same. Right. Okay, let's press first and see what we can get. Sincerely, distinctly, exact moment the stabbing transpired. It does matter. I also remember seeing a knife. Let's press. We definitely saw that too. Blood on both hands. Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're gonna say. Only one of Mr. McGill's gloves has any sign of blood on it.
That's right.
The thing is, as far as I remember, sir, when I looked down and saw Mr. McGill sitting beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir. Wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir. And I saw the blood on both his bare hands quite clearly. It's true that the dark coat stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out, the police officer who apprehended the accused at night in question reported there was no trace of blood on the gilded gloved hands. There wasn't blood on his hands.
That's quite puzzling indeed.
It must be significant somehow. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm sure of it too. But how exactly, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, the fact remains. There could have been anyone else inside the carriage. I don't know if I should present the carriage space here. Let's press it first and see where that takes us. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus.
That's right. It was fierce cold night. The glass wasn't frosted over.
Oh, yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter. Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place.
Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin.
Oh? Why not?
It was locked from...
I was locked from the inside. I was locked from the inside. Wait, did the murderer hide inside? And then lock it to prevent anyone else from getting in? Or rather to ensure people on the roof so that there'll be witnesses? Ooh, this goes deep. This rabbit hole goes deep.
I tried knocking, but no one opened the door.
Cause, what's his name again? McGill does say earlier on that he always falls asleep on these. carriages, which the actual murderer could have totally used to their advantage. It was locked.
That's right! It's a public bus service, for pity's sake! It's not what I call fair!
Neither was the fare you paid. Yeah, I had the exact same experience. I tried knocking, but the jet inside just gestured at me to clear off. The jet inside? So I had no choice but to climb onto the roof deck and look longingly into the warm cabin below.
Well, I assure you, I wasn't just looking down, I was glaring, long and hard.
The jet? Who locked it? Who?
And that's what I can say, I can tell you with absolute confidence. If there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed.
Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about these two witnesses. They really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? They might not have been able to because of the angle. I have some pretty... I'm happy to hear that they're interesting at least. All I do is wildly just say what pops into my mind. And pray that it comes up. But I have to say, in the previous cases, I overthought it so much, man. It actually made it so much more complex and harder to find out the actual truth. Gods. Okay, but here I think we should finally present the actual case thing. No, they might not have been able to. Because of angles! Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding on this omnibus on the back seat, right? And witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the floor of the upper deck, is that right?
That's right, yes.
In that case, there is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you. Directly below you! By golly, really? Obviously, at this stage we can't say for sure. I mean, we can literally just climb up and checkmate. But the possibility cannot be denied. At the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Sir, can I help you? Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh.
Then very well, I uphold the prosecution's demand.
Alright. The area?
You identify the area of this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus? Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting the potential extra passenger could have been situated?
Do I go below? Just in case? Like here? Here. Present!
Take that!
Both rows of the seat on the roof face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as I've drawn here.
Oh!
That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one to which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. And that's the one that has the portable thing. Although, again, I don't think a person could fit in there. But we'll see. With someone having sitting on the seat, it's quite possible these witnesses could have been completely unaware of it.
Oh!
Objection!
Yes, sir? It is quite possible. Some phantom was sitting there? Your Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. Can I help you, sir?
I can concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel.
Cannot entertain this conjecture. Half of the beginning of this case was the freaking prosecution's conjecture. How dare you? Stop simping! Stop simping!
That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger of whom you allude to.
Can you, Mr. Naruto? Obviously not. I don't think so. I honestly don't know. Who could have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witness on the roof deck. I can't say I have an inkling. I don't think I know enough people. But I feel like it's wrong to say I have no idea. Could have been in the other seat, which was outside. Well, I could say I have an inkling, and then I say that it was my defendant. And argue that it was someone else who was in the other seat. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Hopefully, Ryonosuke thinks the same way. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name. Oh, you got another glass? You cleaned up your mess? You are a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. I'm gonna crush it again. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned. Alright, let's put my money where my mouth is. Okay. This could be the chance I've been waiting for. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the ominous cabin that was obscure from view was my defendant.
Take that!
The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witness on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Magnus McGilded. But Mr. McGilded?
What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant!
Exactly, sir.
Objection!
What are you objecting to? What? He just threw it into the lamp. He threw. I feel like you should definitely be escorted out. How is the judge allowing this? What next? Is he gonna throw the entire bottle too? Oh, actually, please don't throw the bottle at me. Please don't throw the bottle at me, sir. If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, of which I have apparently many, do forgive the discourtesy.
Lord Van Zykes!
People talk of those tiny isolations in the Far East as having learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the term ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say, you racist prick? Well, let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to this fact. It is the very premise on which this case is built.
Objection!
I'm saying there was another person. But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
What inconsistency, counsel?
The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claim that there's blood on both his hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection!
Exactly. The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses had maintained their stance.
Yes, their testimony remains unchanged.
Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct and their testimony reveals the truth. There was another person. There was someone else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify. The victim's blood was on that passenger's hand, both of them.
Objection!
And who was this third party? Yet to be revealed. Obviously, the true culprit.
Extraordinary! Order! What exactly are you postulating?
Objection!
The defense's postulation is just that, nothing more than conjecture. The witness have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection!
No, they saw a man. But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats. I couldn't exactly make out their faces.
Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I can see the rest of them, though.
Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to know such things, sir.
And what particular style of hat do these two gentlemen sport, Mr. Forrest?
I don't know, because I'm a sham. I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter? Style of hat makes no difference. There was a third passenger in that cabin. How could you be so sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilder, would have undoubtedly offered to dispose that fact. That he was asleep. Unless, that is, you're proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed to even notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin in which he traveled? Yeah, maybe. Maybe, sir. That's right. If there's another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Yeah, unfortunately, having him be the unseen person does completely throw out my theory of the hiding thing. Because if you were sitting on something, you would definitely notice if that shifted underneath you. Where else can you hide, though? I guess we'll find out. I don't know, we need more evidence. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it is inconceivable that Mr. Gilbert would have been unaware of it.
Order? There's clearly a simple solution to this problem.
Do we bring the accused as witness? Yes. Bring the accused, Mr. Gilden, to the stand?
Well, what say you, counsel?
The prosecution rejects, my lord.
On what grounds?
As a suspect who already had made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGilden is no uneducated ruffian. Alright? If it indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it would have been a most deliberate act.
Counsel for the defense? What is your opinion?
Bring him on, my good friend. Yes. No, demand his testimony. We need more information.
We literally know nothing about this case.
I just got off a boat. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGilder to the stand.
In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury.
I need a little time to reconsider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGilder has to say. Get the man out here, I say! It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony.
There's something he's doing, get it done! That's how I run things in the guild.
Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh yes, that would be lovely.
Yes, the jury says the man must be heard.
Very well, this court will hear the defendant's testimony.
Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once.
Okay, some way, somehow, we made it this far. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Ah, we're getting to be continued. Oh, we're not going to be continued. Excellent! Let the proceedings be resumed.
Mr. McGilden, have you been listening to the discourse of the day?
Mr. Willy Wonka looking ass. To be sure I have, my lord!
There are now two matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with the omnibus, as proposed by the defense. And the second is that if such a person were indeed present, Why did you conceal the fact from the police?
But God, no, that's not my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I have been desperate about this all along. Did I tell you so? Or keep my mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGilded? McGilded's hat reminds me of a giant ring pop. Oh my god, you're right! Oh my gosh! It's been so long since I thought about ring pops, but it absolutely has the same structure. God, I used to really love those. He does have that Candyman energy, doesn't he? I don't know. It's the coloring and his wonky hat. He just weird vibes. This fine little fella representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage tonight, with myself and the other man, there was another passenger.
It's true?
Aye. And 'twas me who helped the little urchin get it. Little urchin! Child! A child can fit in things. You put the child under the seat. A little urchin? Oh wait, do you mean that literally? Okay. Aye, it's just me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. What? No, Meredith McGilded. That convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry I am, Lon Van Dykes. I'm sure you'd be wanting to know why. Why I said nothing when I was taken by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you.
Which was?
Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and not in any way involved, you see.
What?
If the police had known there was a wee one there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her to this courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord.
And who was this young child of whom you speak?
I know not the name. That I don't know.
You don't know?
Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the wrong carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection!
We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness statement to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin isn't here in the courtroom as we speak, listening to proceedings. Eh? Eh? What's going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face.
Bailiff!
Don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus.
I hereby call an emergency recess. Bailiff! Ensure the defense is in custody. Clear the courtroom.
We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff, amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in the desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Bruh. What? And here I thought that for once there would be like a nice, not cliffhangery recess. Like a nice recess, you know? Like a good, nice recess. I was a fool. Okay. Wow, what a roller coaster of a case. It's I feel so bad for the Ace Attorney protagonists always being like thrown into like a court case with like zero preparation, zero like information, just like absolutely like nothing, and then just being forced to like make it up as they go along. But oh my gosh, what a
roller coaster ride this first half of a case was. I thought that the hiding thing was going to be like a wash, but now knowing that there's a child there, it's back on the table, baby. Rinosuke's first impression of London is this absolute chaos. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like poor Sasato and Rinosuke, they literally just stepped foot off their great voyage where they were on sea for an entire month. And then they get subjected to this. This is their first impression of the British court system. And I felt that. My blood pressure was so high at the very beginning, until the turnaround, when I started to feel normal again. But oh my goodness gracious, this game sure knows how to make you feel things. Oh man. And also the prosecution, von Zijks, he's such a character. I don't know how to feel about him because I've had friends previously before when this game first came out, but I wasn't able to play it, like send me pictures of him just like simping, just being like, oh my god, look at this guy. And like yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's pretty hot. But like his attitude, man, oh my gosh, I don't know how to feel about him. Okay. Well, that was the part 1 of case number 3. The Runaway Carriage, I think it was called. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow. You can catch me here on Twitch, or you can find my videos on my YouTube page. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!